Say, man, I already know. You knew it was coming. You knew I was gonna put a wrestling video out. Cause whether it's WWE, AEW, reality of wrestling, I watch a couple of them. I ain't gonna say I watch all the wrestlings, companies out there, but the main one's AEW. I watch WWE. I used to watch TNA. I haven't been really into it as much, but they got some good wrestlers over there. I do check out the reality of wrestling, Booker T, show and all that. So, I just been a wrestling fan for a long time. And it hasn't been too many black groups, really made it, crack to the forefront like that. Black fashions in the wrestling business. So when WWE at the time had, basically the Hurt business, man, that was like, to me, it was shaping up to be like our version of the Four Horsemen. And you know what I'm talking about, baby. At that time, you had Bobby Lashley. Y'all already know. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Bobby at the helm, MVP, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he was wrestling, he definitely had the promo skills, but he'd get in there, mix it up and show you, hey, man, it's still ballin'. Y'all know when he used to do that. Y'all already know it was going down. And ain't too many people can match him, on that mic. Shelton Benjamin in the class all by himself. Very underrated. A pro's pro. Even had, what's that guy? I think his name was Cedric Alexander. Yeah, Cedric Alexander. I ain't forgot about you, baby. I just had to kind of scratch my skull a little bit. They did really well in the WWE. Bobby had won the top title, single title. Then, he had the crew, they was winning the tag team titles. They was kicking ass and taking names, as they say. You was either for us, you was either with us, or you was against us. They lived up to the name, Hurt Business. If you ain't contributing to joining the team and contributing to the team, then we gotta hurt you, dog. And we gotta hurt you real bad. See, I can do it too. I can do it too. Yeah, see there? Yeah, I be doing my thing, but I digress. That was a group, man. Everybody played their role and brought something to the table. Now, for some reason, WWE, I felt like was so focused on the bloodline and getting that going, which is rightfully so. That's a good, a good storyline, a good, every time you turn around, somebody coming out of Samoan family. So, I can understand you gonna make a lot of money off that. But you was making money off the Hurt business. They brought a lot to that in that short bit of time that they before y'all broke them up. They brought y'all a fan base that you didn't have. Because it wasn't too many of us believing we was gonna get a group like that can come in, that wasn't, typecast, stereotype. These boys, hey, dressed like they was professionals. Like I said, they really remind me of the Hurt business not remind me of the Hurt business. They really remind me of the Four Horsemen kind of slash, Evolution. And Evolution was kind of like, basically a remix of the Four Horsemen. So, you basically had your veterans, which was like I said, Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, And then you had your up and comer, Sid Alexander. You win the singles titles, you win the tag team title, you taking over the tag team division. You had Bobby taking over singles and sometimes mixing it up in the tag team division. MVP, you know what I'm saying, pretty much was the promo guy. He had getting that mixed in the wrestling ring. And he was out there trying to recruit. So, you got the best of both worlds. It wasn't a one-sided group. To me, it wasn't a weak link. And then you had to Sid Alexander, who could mix it up with the heavyweights and get down with the cruiserweights. A high flyer. Held his own. And for some reason, Vince didn't see the vision. It's like, even though this group was bringing in the ratings, even though this group was bringing in the money, bringing in the fans, you gonna sit up here and Shelton Benjamin straight face and lie to him why this group had to break up. And sometime in life, you gotta take chances, man. Shelton, MVP, Bobby Lashley was like, they tried to sit up here keep this group together. They thought at one point they might be able to bring the group back. But when your boss sit up here and just lie to you in your face on why the group broke up, why you couldn't, bring the group back, and your contracts is coming up, and you got other wrestling companies like a TNA, like an AEW, which I am a big fan of AEW, because I just recently got that new installment of AEW Fight Edition. So I get on it from time to time. Might get on it today, but I digress. So it ain't like, you gotta be stuck with this one company. And just so happened, those 3 contracts was coming up. I believe MVP's was up first. I believe Shelton's was up after that. And then shortly after, Bobby's was up. And if I'm the man from AEW, I think his name is Tony, I think. Any of y'all that's diehard AEW fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his name is Tony that owns AEW. He's looking at like, I seen what they was doing in WWE as a group. I seen where Vince and them boys dropped the ball and where they could have picked up even more on this group and build a bigger storyline. You got groups that they could have went up against. Street Profits, for one. You got groups in the NXT that was gonna come up the ranks. I mean, I'm just thinking Street Profits because that's just one of my favorite tag teams right now. Could have put them up against the Usos. Could have put them up against a whole lot of tag teams in the WWE. It was plenty of other things you could have did with this group, but you know what? Old saying goes. One person trash is another person treasure. So AEW, man, salute to y'all. I mean, I know you couldn't. I know WWE probably kept the name, so you couldn't, bring them in as the Hurt business. But you brought them in as the Hurt Syndicate. And you giving us fans of this group that was Hurt Business at the time, now the Hurt Syndicate, what we wanted, man. Then they're doing their thing. Taking over AEW. Bobby is doing his thing as a single competitor as well as tag team. Because some people probably think, he wouldn't even mingle in the tag team world, but he's doing well. Him and Benjamin. Then sometimes you're doing 3-on-3 tags, so you got Benjamin. So you got Benjamin. I mean, somehow my Instagram comment on something. So you got Shelton Benjamin, you got MVP and Bobby Lashley doing 3-on-3 tags, man. And AEW got some good tag teams, plenty of them, young and old. So they over there doing their thing. And it's kind of good to see. I don't know if this was MVP choice because he wrestled it in WWE when it became the Hurt Business, but it seems like he's wrestling a lot more since they went over to AEW and became the Hurt Syndicate. So it's good to kind of see him, still, getting in there, mixing it up. It's good to see, you can tell he's not being held back on the mic. So he's showing off them skills. And it's good to see them go up against some fresh new blood and showing, hey, us OGs know how to handle our business when we're in the square circle. Hell, we know how to handle our business when it's an all falls count. It don't matter what the rules of stipulation is. We gonna handle our business. You gonna have to bring it. You gonna have to lace up your boots extra tight. Because us OGs gonna bring it. We in shape. We ain't no couch potato. We don't have to get a win in 5 minutes or less. We can go the distance. So if you wanna get to the status that we are, you gonna have to have your mic skills on point, and you gonna have to be able to bring it out in and outside this ring, outside this square circle. So I do like the AEW, like I said, they bring over people, over stars that used to be in WWE, that hey, for whatever it was, contractually or just the direction of their characters or their career is not going well, that they bring them to AEW and then they flourish. And that's what happened with the Hurt Syndicate. They over there handling business. You can tell they having fun. Because it's one thing when you have groups and you have them put together, but they don't really rock with each other like that outside of business. But these three gentlemen are actually friends, real life friends. They support each other. I follow all of them on Instagram. They support each other. You can tell they really friends. And that makes your working environment even better when you friends with who you work with, real friends. And in their business, they probably travel together, all that. So, they spend a lot of time around each other more than their families. So you become family. And it shows, when they performing, man. It really do, man. And I'm glad that they haven't tried to switch it up and do, stereotypical stuff. They showing that you can be a heel, you can be a professional. Like I said, you can kick ass, take name. And from what I'm hearing, there's no bad blood with them coming in as far as, not getting along outside of business. So that, that's good, It's something a little touchy, y'all, because, I like to see black folks be able to be successful. And I know how it is when you be with a company and it's like they don't value you anymore. They don't appreciate your ideas for the company or your vision for yourself moving forward, how you can elevate in the company. And so I'm pretty sure that they want to stay with WWE. But they knew if they stayed with WWE, the group was not gonna be back together. And like I said, they not in their 20s, man. They, everybody in their 40s. So you ain't got all this time to be sitting up here waiting on them to change their mind. You gotta capitalize on this now. And AEW came with the bad, they came with the vision for bringing them in to keep this group going. and taking it to the level that WWE should have took it to. So I be looking forward to seeing Dynamite and show and the Saturday show they be having, the Rampage show. I even went to the one when they came down here to Houston, and I was very intrigued, very impressed, with AEW and what they brought to that show, the Hurt Syndicate. I look forward to seeing them more and more often, and all the stars that they got in AEW. But this is about the Hurt business, man. Get down or you lay down. Show choice. They here to put you on the team or put you on the shelf. They live up to the heel name, man. So, with that being said, man, they doing big things in AEW. I don't know if they're gonna actually get somebody else to join the group. They've been trying to get somebody else to join the group, but a lot of people, I can do it on my own. I don't want to be a tag along. They want to buck the system. And every time you buck the system, what happened? Why don't you ask Swerve what happened? Why don't you ask, what's that boy? Ricochet. Why don't you ask him? That's just for example. Ain't no scrubs I just named. These are two household names. Now, Swerve is more known for AEW. A lot of people don't know he was with WWE at one point. He kind of left for the same reason too. Creative differences. And he went over and became a household name. But hey, you know Swerve. They try to bring you along. They try to put you in the group and say, hey, you can win a tag team title with us, or you can win some single gold with us. Join the team. Be a part of this Hurt business. It's endless opportunity, baby. But, he bucked the system, and what I'm saying, they had to leave that boy leaking. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't no punk, but they had to leave that boy leaking. Him and Bobby Leslie put on a good match at one of the pay-per-views. So somebody at some point gonna come to their senses and join that Hurt business. And I'm looking forward to seeing who that next person might be. I would be shocked if nobody joined. At some point, I think somebody gonna join, even if it ain't long term. But if they don't, Hurt business, man, they don't mind making enemies, man. When you a heel, some people gonna lies with you, some people is not. You gonna make enemies. They not no baby face. They ain't trying to be everybody's friend. They trying to bring you along so they can take over more. They can have more people on their side to take over this business. And y'all not cooperating, so they gotta put you on the shelf. But with that being said, shout out to AEW. Shout out to the Hurt Syndicate for showing that, guess what? When you have a vision as an employee, when you have a vision and you believe strongly in your vision and that you know it can be successful, what one company won't do is plenty others that will. And it'll be less resistance. And Hurt Syndicate is a perfect example for that. WWE no longer believed in the vision. They wasn't man enough to say it. They lied. And so AEW stepped in the picture. Voila. The Hurt Syndicate, formerly known as the Hurt Business, is live and well. Y'all go check out some AEW shows and check out the Hurt Business. Check out a lot of stars over there, man. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more more of my input on, on some wrestling content, I could definitely do that. Just because WWE dropped the ball on some things don't mean I won't touch on some WWE business. My next one probably gonna be this triple threat that's gonna happen at WrestleMania between Shelton. No, not WrestleMania. Yeah, the triple threat match at WrestleMania between Steph freaking Rollins, CM Punk, you already know, the tribal chief, the original tribal chief, Paul Heyman. You know who it is. You've been ducking and dodging. I see what you're doing, and I'm gonna talk about it on that content too. I see what you're doing. I've been seeing it for a while, and I'm gonna touch on it too. But like I said, Steph freaking Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. That's gonna be the next video that I'm gonna touch on how I feel about how the good things I like about this matchup at WrestleMania. Some of the history between these three incredible wrestlers. I'm looking forward to it. So if you like the video, hit the like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the video if you ain't already subscribed. More content coming. I would put their song in here, but I ain't trying to get no copyrights. So I'm out.